I'ma bounce back like a ricochet. I'ma bounce back like a ricochet. I'ma bounce back like a ricochet. I'ma bounce back like a ricochet.
Welcome everyone to the Moose Vu Sesh, where we're given hope in a different dose. I'm the Black Moose.
And I'm Vu Fam.
And we're remote. Isn't that right, Vu?
It still gives hope.
Yeah, heck yeah, absolutely. No excuse whatsoever.
Yeah.
Our last podcast was, I think, about a few months ago with Nate, and that was just before we hit lockdown. And I think it's about time we should release something as in form of a catch up, a conversation to see what I'm doing, to see what Vu is doing, and also to say that we're here, we're still around. Please, and I also want to thank all those who have followed us and supported us and listened to us and has given us feedback. Please continue to do so. Please continue to share this with your friends and family, again, to give that hope in a different dose. So, Vu, we're in lockdown, and I'm not sure if anyone knows, but we've started this podcast for a bit over a year now. And last year, Vu had his birthday a day after. Unfortunately, there was an incident. He suffered a brain aneurysm, and he was in hospital. He was in hospital for some months, but just by the grace of God and not only me but many other people praying for Vu, Vu is here. And he's here 100%. He's here, and I'm just so incredibly grateful that Vu is here, and we're still doing this thing. And yeah, man, God's good, man. But nonetheless, you were in rehab and just trying to learn to walk again and speak and all these things. You in lockdown, you're at home, you're stuck at home. How has it been for you the past few months?
It's been a bit difficult. It's a strange lockdown. It's not the typical lockdown that I'm used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like the inside lockdown?
Yeah, it's a lockdown where I'm able to still, I don't know, have the keys to my house and walk outside.
Yep.
Excuse me.
That's what sparkling water does.
Yeah. I'm still able to, just talk to people, still able to communicate with people via social media or via phone calls, via Zoom. Whatever it is, FaceTime, whatever it is, and it's not a lockdown where I was, stripped of everything, or communications, or human contact. So, it still, at the same time, it still brings its challenges, knowing that you're able to communicate or you're able to go see someone, but you can't. It's definitely hard. It's not like you're confined, locked up or anything. You're able to do these things, but it's just a mental thing where you just can't go.
Yeah, that's right. And seeing as you were going to psychiatrists to try to get fit and slowly move back up to 100% mobility, how has that been since you can't go to the psychiatrist? How has that been for you?
Well, no, let me correct you. I don't see psychologists.
Okay.
Or
Sorry, physiotherapist. My goodness. Oh my goodness.
People on the show think I'm crazy.
We're all crazy somewhat, bro.
No. Physio. It's restricted me. It's limited me to go to see physios and that, and it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
But it is a season. It's a bit. I'm sure God will make a way.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like he always does.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of psychiatrists, I know I did mistakenly say that, but you can see here that I've just put a couch here in case I need some therapy. So, when lockdown lifts up, I might need your help, bro.
uh, yeah, so lockdown, it has its pros and its cons. It's not a lockdown I'm used to.
Yeah.
But it's something that we learn to adapt to.
Yeah. And especially after a few months, we've got to adapt to an extent and live and make do what we have.
Yeah. Well, that's what God has made us. Is so fascinating how much a human can adapt to its environment.
Yeah.
God has put this in us that you can't take a fish out of water.
Yeah.
But us as humans, we can learn to adapt to things better, situations, and that we just learn.
Yeah. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Be like water, my friend.
Yeah, Jesus turned water into wine.
Correct. And they ain't drunk.
Yeah, and they ain't drunk. But yeah.
And you're right. That is the key factor with things like this. When things go in disarray and things don't expect to result in how you want it, because let's be straight, we can't control the circumstances, but how we respond to them. And I'll be frank with you, there's times where I can go in disarray and fall and make mistakes and say wrong things sometimes, but I'm just grateful that we can return and come to God and just return back to the cornerstone, return back to the foundations of our faith. You know what I mean? And that's a record should and would hold Christian families, husbands, fathers, wives, children together, and that's Christ.
Yeah, that's at times like this, these times,
Yeah,
I think the real, Jesus Christ is a real foundation. That set all the problems aside, everything.
Yeah,
but you know that you have Jesus Christ on your back.
Yeah,
As your back. That's
Yeah,
that's a hope that most people in the world don't have.
Yeah,
You look at the news, you turn on the news, whatever. You see these people just dying, and with no hope. There's no hope for them at all.
Correct.
They're so hurt.
And Joel makes me cringe. It makes me sad that people are dying in the wrong battlefield.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if not careful, some Christians too, as well, just fighting in the wrong battlefield. They shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
What came to mind earlier? I just, you see some messed up stuff on the internet, and every man and their dog have their own opinions, right? Which is also a good disclaimer that you've got to be careful of what you watch. Not everything in Wikipedia, but also not everything in TikTok is something that you've got to listen to, right? My wife showed me something last week about this girl. She's not from Australia. She's, I don't know, the States. Sorry, but there's everything, almost everything crazy happens in the States.
Yeah.
So she talks about us Australians. She's talking about Australia and how we're in lockdown and such, and having snippets. And she's comparing it to the Holocaust, like as in we're in concentration camps, just like the Jews in the Holocaust back in the 1940s. That is absolute garbage and absolute sacrilege, and I wouldn't say blasphemous, but just discriminatory, if that's a word, discriminatory. Not only against the Jews, but against us as well. We haven't suffered as bad or as terrible, even unto death, aside from, viral infections and stuff. But we're still a blessed country. we're still living, but by our means. I mean, there's Centrelink on how you will. We still get payments and stuff for those who are struggling and for those who have lost jobs and businesses and such. We haven't starved to death. And I just think that's absolutely that's absolutely horrible that you would defame and just compare us to the Holocaust. That's absolutely atrocious. I haven't got the person's ID or username or whatever, and I don't care. But I just want to voice that out. Do not compare lockdown like this to the Holocaust.
For sure.
Denying the Holocaust is one thing, but it's just stupid. Anyway, I just want to get that off my chest, man. This is therapy for me, bro. This is therapy for me. Voicing everything out, man. Anything you want to voice out in the past few months? What has happened to you, bro?
Mate, your head will probably explode. No, man, I've been fine, man. I've been, I need a bit of a tan, but besides that, I've been indoors for too long. In other words,
man. It's like we're vampires. I'm just sitting in my office, just working. I just go like that, man. Yeah, we'll get out of it soon.
Yeah. So, how you dealing with three kids and a wife stuck at home all the time?
It's not easy.
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's I'll just take everything as it comes and deal with it. I mess up, make mistakes, but I own up to it. And say overall, it's been pretty good. One of the blessings that come with working from home is you're able to see your kids a bit more, and generally take walks, which is great. Get them out of trouble, go for a walk, exercise for a bit, and also to see them progress in their learning skills, which I find very, very astounding. So it's like I'm seeing my 5-year-old daughter just read for the first time. She's reading fluently and
wow.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, man.
So now having all this time with COVID, has it drawn you nearer to God? Have you you're at home more? Are you praying more? Are you reading your Bible more?
I really feel like it's sort of the same because it's really business as usual for me. Nothing much has changed. One, because I'm thankful I still have a full-time job. Number two, I'm actually still going to church only for live stream, so I'm a part of the team. It's like nothing has changed for me. The only difference is I'm not going driving to work 5 times a week. That's really the only difference, and I'm only limited to moving where I'm going. So it's everything all the same, but especially with praying, I tend to walk when I pray, which I find great. Walk and talk with God, which I find great. And as far as just time and free time is concerned, I tend to stay here and make music. So I've got some spare time to make some new stuff, and as well as spending time with the fam.
Yeah.
How about you? Well, I suppose, man, you've really been at home. Has there been any changes for you?
I only live with a housemate, so the changes I've seen. Well, it's forced me to spend my time a bit more wisely. I've taken up a lot of audio books. And I'm just trying to learn some more things. Trying to just learn an e-commerce business.
Okay.
An Amazon business.
Cool.
Yes, it's like going to work.
What are you thinking of selling? What are you thinking of selling? What are you thinking of selling?
If I told you, then I have to tell everyone else. Then, then I'd be broke.
All right. All right. NDA.
Yeah, well, yeah. So just try further my little bit of business skills or education. Yeah.
Good on you, man. And that's absolutely great. And I think that's a great lead on to this. There can't be an excuse. We're in 2021. Sure, we've got restrictions. There's no excuse. That's amazing, man. You looking into things and researching and just developing yourself. I mean, there's teens out there who are probably doing nothing and maybe are listening to this. Guys, there's no excuse. Encourage you to do something with your spare time. You finish your work, go pick up a skill, pick up an instrument, learn an instrument.
Yeah, I know people that just sit around doing nothing.
Yeah. If you're watching a lot of YouTube videos, why can't you be someone who's making content on things that you enjoy, you have a passion on doing, or doing something like this, for example?
Yeah.
No, there can't be an excuse. We've got a worldwide web of information, some good, some bad. But again, it can't be an excuse for us to just twiddle our thumbs and play game control all day.
Yeah. You're supposed to evolve.
Evolve, yes.
From playing video games, at least.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like I used to, when I was young, I used to like tagging up places.
Mm-hmm.
20 years later, you don't see me on the side of a car tagging up places.
No. No.
Yeah. Some people just can't change.
Yeah.
Oh, they can, but they don't want to, I guess.
It's culture shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right, man.
Anyway, so what else is new happening? Any new vibes? Any new music going around?
I mean, aside from me making some new music,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been getting into a lot of different styles of music. I'm over. I mean, I don't listen to much drill, right? I don't listen to anyone, and I personally think it's. I mean, I think that era's sort of over. And I'll be frank with you, man. Like I said it before, I feel like a broken record. I mean, what do you want to be a gangster for? I just still don't get the mindset of.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm just ranting. I just feel like I'm ranting again, man. It's tough for heck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Negativity.
It's not so much the gangster rap or the style.
Yeah, or the style. I don't mind the style, man. I really like the style.
I'm more against the negativity.
Yeah, the negativity, the content behind it. Yeah. I've listened to Kanye West's latest album, Donda. I think that is cool.
Oh yeah.
That is great. So there's some secular artists on there, and these secular artists cuss on his tracks. But what Kanye West did, he censored all the cussing.
Wow.
He censored all the cussing off his album. So cool. Big ups to him. Good on him. And it's great. There's this song called Off the Wall. I think it's called Off the Wall or something like that. Something similar to that. So it gets into this sort of trap type of beat, and then it merges into like a drill type of beat, which I think it sounds dope. So
sounds like a Michael Jackson track, Off the Wall.
Well, yeah.
I think he did have a song called Off the Wall, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I've got into this guy named Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
So this dude, he's he's tatted up. I'm not sure if he's a Christian. I'm not too sure, but he speaks a lot of truth. Actually, to be honest with you, more truth than some other Christian rappers out there.
Is he a rapper or is he?
He's a rapper. He's white, and he raps some fire bombs. Just spitting truth, which is great.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, man. What about you? What other been listening to much stuff?
No, not really, man.
Mm-hmm. Just your audio books.
Yeah, it's audio books, man. Just trying to refill my cranium a bit.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah. But yeah, man, how do you see these things like in this lockdown situation? How's the future looking? You reckon?
Oh man, I'm not the one to prophesy. I'm just taking every day as it comes, and I'll just I'll just run with it.
Just run.
I'm not the one to make predictions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to delve into the politics of the like vaccine passport's going to come out and all that stuff. So
how's that going to work for churches? Tell me,
man, it's totally I don't know, man. Like for those who decide not to get vaccinated, it's going to be a segregation. And what can the church do in New South Wales? I don't know.
It's a good question. Yeah. What's going to happen?
Yeah, that's right.
Or whatever it is, just remember God is on the throne. You know?
100%.
It happens.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
But it's interesting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, public place of worship is like going to a club. You can't go in without your vaccine passport.
Yeah, that's right. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, just come as you are with your passport.
Yeah. What about your family?
Yeah.
I mean, they're making no sense on a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, churches are a sanctuary where your family goes, so where you take your family to.
Yeah. When you meet other people and congregate and be all in one accord.
Yeah. Devil's doing a job on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
But there might have been something similar back in Bible times. Sure, maybe not like vaccine passports, but there would have been to an extent segregation, right? So when this just comes to mind, like in synagogues when Jesus was teaching, people prominent sit at the most important, the well noted,
the seats and all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm not saying like people are restricted away, but something similar to that, but. I don't know. Yeah. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge, man? That's not my forte. That's why we have politicians. We're gonna let them do their thing. I don't know.
But it's interesting.
It is.
See what's gonna happen after all this.
Yeah. Yeah. But one thing we shouldn't do is pull out like Joe Biden did in Afghanistan. And pull out too quick, bro.
Places in ruins, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, I think I was. We should call it there.
Yeah, we should. It's good.
Yeah.
Any last words, Vu? Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom.
All right. People, this lockdown isn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
So get ready to go back to church, man. God's on the throne. Yeah. You know, he knows what he's doing,
Absolutely.
You know, it's all, you know, doesn't surprise God at all. So, you know,
not at all.
Keep your faith alive.
Yeah. Be faithful. Be faithful to your church.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, well, go to an online church. Just go to a Bible believing church. Just ask God. Ask God, help you during this time, and He will. He keeps His promises.
Or send us a message you need help.
Yeah, and we'll direct you.
Yeah, we'll direct you.
That's right. That's right.
But make sure you hit the like.
Yep.
Share
and subscribe. Talk about sync on the line, man.
Yeah.
That's right. We appreciate you guys listening in. Again, follow us on all our socials. Keep up to date. And we appreciate all the feedback. And man, hopefully next time we can get someone in, either when lockdown lifts up or whether we can do it remotely. But you just got to make do with what we have.
Yep.
Let's go. Fantastic, man. Thanks, Vu. Thanks, Vu. Thanks, everyone. And this is the Moose and Vu Sesh signing out. Boom.
I'ma bounce back like a ricochet. I'ma bounce back like a ricochet. I'ma bounce back like a ricochet. I'ma bounce back like a ricochet.